man in charge, saying, we will ensure a free and fair investigation. No one will be spared. But while that investigation is on, should the Union Minister for Home, Ajay Mishra, step down until his name and that of his son is cleared? What will be the political fallout of this in Uttar Pradesh? Will the politics that's going on around it derail the investigation? Let's get in quick reactions today because Sharad Pradhan, senior journalist, Lucknow-based, joins us. Adil Singh Boparai, Congress's spokesperson. RP Singh of the BJP joins us at this moment. Let's get this very clear from you, RP Singh, first. Do you believe that the Minister of State for Home at least should step down till such time as the name of his son and indeed his name is cleared?
Before I start answering your questions, a little off track.
My condolences to Makanlal today, the brave man who has been killed by the terrorists in Kashmir, and to his celebration with brave doctors for that. The way she has taken up the terrorists, the way she has spoken against terrorism in Kashmir. Now coming to your issue, whether Mr. Misra should resign or not resign, Rajdeep, there needs to be evidence. Don't take it otherwise. I remember 20th January, you said the boy has been killed by bullets. There was no evidence. You said,
he is named in the FIR. Mr. RP Singh, this is a sensitive issue. You are aware of the sensitivities. I am asking you, are we to say today, do you really believe a free and fair investigation involving a minister's son can take place when the individual who's the minister continues in the Home Ministry?
Sir, thank you again, Rajiv. I'll appreciate you allow me to complete. Did you have evidence to prove that he was inside the car? If you have one piece, run it on the show. And then tomorrow, after another minute, the man was arrested. The police officer was here. He has committed so. But what are you saying? The complaint, here is based on a complaint. Complaint says that bullets were fired by the minister's son. The postmortem speaks otherwise. All postmortem speaks otherwise. That no bullet injury was left in any of the people who were killed.
So you have already given the minister's son a clean chit. You are already giving the minister's son a clean chit.
I'm not giving any. I'm just stating the fact. I'm not going to do it. You are the one who has to do it. Allow me to complete it, please. Then it was said that Mr. Son was in the car. There was a gentleman in Sumit Jaiswal who was in the car, who everyone has actually escaped, was said that he was the minister's son, although they proven that he was Sumit Jaiswal. He has categorically stated that gentleman, the boy named Ajay Mishra was driving the car. So, yes, also clear. I just heard you also talking to the police officer saying that do you have any evidence of that car was being crashed or was being being hurled? And I appreciate. Now, through that video again on your channel, the windscreen of the car is broken. I mean, it's smashed, not broken. You can speak to that smashed windscreen. So it's clear that yes, stones were being hurled, and at the Sumit Jaiswal, only Mr. on record has said there were people who are...
Sir, all of this, sir, Mr. RP Singh, because I'm not getting your voice clear, all of this is, there's a problem with your audio, but the fact is that all of this is the subject of investigation. My point was that till the investigation is complete, should someone, just a minute, sir, now. Should someone who's at the heart of the investigation, whose son is being investigated, should he step down? You're saying no, there's no need for him to step down. Adil Singh Boparai respond. Adil Singh Boparai respond now.
Well, Rajdeep ji, the BJP is destroying the rule of law in this country brick by brick. There is irrefutable and clinching evidence in the form of a video footage where a Thar Jeep registered in the minister's son's name comes from behind, and this is very critical. The country must know. There was no provocation by the peacefully protesting farmers. The vehicle comes from behind and mows down farmers. There are over 200 eyewitnesses, Mr. RP Singh ji. There are 200 eyewitnesses who named the minister's son.
No, but Adil Singh Boparai, all of this will also be, when you say irrefutable evidence, the fact is this is subject to inquiry. Let's be clear. There are videos which clearly show the car running into people. Now there are contrary claims whether there was stone throwing or not before this happened. These are conflicting claims. All I'm saying is the Congress also guilty or the opposition guilty of prejudging the entire event? You've already decided that the minister's son is guilty.
So therefore, what's the test? How do we ascertain the truth? It is an investigation. So has the investigation recorded the 161 statements of the eyewitnesses? After all, how does the prosecution
How do you
prepare
know?
this case?
No, no, Mr. Singh, now don't intervene, please. Mr. Singh, you can't intervene. He did not intervene with you. Anyone intervenes on my show, the mic goes off. Please put out the mic.
We can't have a shouting match.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr.
After
Bopara.
all, the witnesses' statements have to be recorded. It's been 72 hours, Mr. Sardesai. Not a single witness has been examined. Is this not a charade? Is this not a joke? Are we in the Republic or Rwanda? The BJP has all the time in the world. They are using their instruments to illegally detain opposition leaders, but they haven't got the time to record the statement of an eyewitness. This is weakening the case. They are destroying evidence. Ultimately, the investigation process has to be taken to its logical conclusion. And as long as the minister continues to hold the home portfolio in the government of India, this entire process or this quest for justice will remain a pipe dream.
Okay. That is certainly a question which even Prashant Kumar, when I asked him just now, asked him why has no one been questioned as yet. He claimed, how do you know no one has been questioned? Suggesting that they are carrying on the questioning. Sharat Pradhan.
As a lawyer, I can tell you in a murder case, in a 302 case, which is punishable with death, arrest is the norm.
Okay.
Witnesses must be interrogated. They must be summoned to the police station. Has this boy been summoned to the police station? Ask Mr. R.P. Singh this. 4 people have been mowed down just because they're hapless farmers, just because they're not sons of rich ministers.
Sharat Pradhan,
democratic polity anymore.
Okay, I will get RP Singh to respond to that, because Mr. Singh, before I come to Sharat Pradhan, let me give you that one chance to respond to that. 4 days have gone. We still don't know whether the minister's son has been questioned or brought to the police station. Adil Singh Bopara has a point. The longer you take, the more likelihood of witnesses turning hostile. That's the reason, RP Singh, that people fear someone is being protected here.
Rajdeep, you just heard the police officer. He said, the police officer in charge of the state, he said the first the first concern was to ensure law and order is maintained. There is no hostility, there is no mob lynching further, and then there is no clashes between the communities. That was the biggest concern, and they have done that. And alongside that, he said, we will tell you, they have already started investigating the matter. They have started talking to witnesses. They already started taking the complaint from the witnesses also. They also started.
So you're saying allow the law to take its own course. I want to ask you, Sharat Pradhan, do you believe that this case is taking place under this national gaze? Is there political pressure? Can we trust the UP government when they say 5 months before an election, don't worry, we will ensure that the culprits are punished? Or do you fear there is pressure in the case?
Absolutely, there's blatant pressure. And, going by the track record of the state police, one can safely assume that this kind of pressure is being exerted from the highest level. And they would move heaven and earth to protect the minister, because he happens to be a Brahmin, and that was the reason why he was inducted in the central government, because BJP is out to woo the Brahmins, and this was the reason. This man who had otherwise never been considered, it was quite a surprise for him to be inducted. Secondly, let me tell you that in what I'm talking about, the track record of the UP police, you have seen how the police behaved when the BJP MLA Sengar was involved in the gang rape of a girl in Unnao. You have seen how the police behaved in the Hathras gang rape case. They moved heaven and earth in both these cases to protect the accused. They have done it in Shahjahanpur, where Chinmayanand, the former MP of the BJP, was involved in a similar case. When they are protecting rapists, they moved heaven and earth right from the beginning. They did all kinds of things were done eventually it was the court which sent that fellow to jail. The government did nothing. Even, it was the court that ordered a CBI probe in the Unnao case. It was the court which intervened and the kind of, they took suo motu cognizance of the Hathras case. The UP government has all along, the UP police in particular has gone all along in protecting the accused of heinous crimes.
Sharat Pradhan, therefore, what do you suggest? How, the UP police says, give us time. This is not a one-day match where every day you're going to we are going to be tested. How many people have you questioned? How many? Give us some time. Should we give them time?
Rajdeep, again, I would like to cite several other examples. Why is the UP police having multiple standards? You know, there have been umpteen cases of journalists. A journalist was booked and sent to jail and didn't get bail for several months simply for showing a video in which the children of a school were being given roti and namak, salt and roti as the midday meal. What was his crime? The journalist did that. Another journalist reported a demolition of a mosque in a place barely 30 kilometers from Lucknow. He was sent to jail. See, you know, there are umpteen such cases. So why the UP police has double standards, multiple standards? They see the face and then decide to enact the law, decide to implement the law. Now, just because it is very evident what you said very pointedly, and Mr. Prashant Kumar very cleverly skirted every pointed question that you raised, that itself shows that there is reason, there is a systematic effort to shield the accused.
So you believe that given the track record of high-profile cases being dealt in Uttar Pradesh, there is a real fear of a cover-up? And that is why, at the very least, what we need is a fair, transparent, independent inquiry. We are told that the government may go in for a judicial inquiry. Adil Singh Boparai, will that satisfy the Congress?
Can I just say one thing more?
Yeah, very
about
quickly.
The judicial inquiry. Well, you know, the judicial inquiry invariably conducted in Uttar Pradesh by retired judges are usually tailor-made. I can give you n number of examples, right from Samajwadi Party to BSP to this one, and even earlier in the Congress regime. So,
so we at this rate, we will have, clearly we will have faith in no system, but Adil Singh Boparai, and I take your point, Sharad Pradhan, given the track record of UP governments in the past, Adil Singh Boparai, will the Congress be at least satisfied with the judicial inquiry?
No, judicial inquiry by a sitting judge. It's a real judicial inquiry.
You're saying by a sitting judge. Okay. Yes, Adil,
should be by a sitting judge.
Mr. Sardesai, the BJP is treating farmers worse than cannon fodder. Our demands are very clear and they are twofold. Number one, the minister's son should be immediately arrested. Number two, the MOS home must be sacked, because it is extremely important that there is no shadow of doubt over the investigation process. As long as these two demands are not met, the Congress party's resolve and our quest for justice will continue.
Okay. Let me leave it there. Clearly, this is going to boil over. This is not getting over in a hurry until there is a fair, transparent possibly with a sitting judge appointed, because that's the only way confidence may well be restored in the system. RP Singh, Sharad Pradhan, Adil Singh Boparai, thanks very much for joining me here on the news.